Hello, grade fours. I hope you're all doing well and keeping safe. We are going to start with history for today's lesson, and our topic is what is a good leader? Before you start, please mark lesson three's work. The answers on pages 4. Please remember to do corrections if you got anything incorrect. By the end of the lesson, you'll be able to cover the following things. Before you start, on the history side of your exercise book, please write today's date and the following headings. Without looking your workbook, I want you to write down as many leaders as you can think of underneath each other. You only have 2 minutes. I'll start for you. Mrs. Barangia. Your learn activity, I want you to read page 43 of your SS workbook. Remember to highlight the important parts. Complete activity 1 on page 44 in your exercise book. There's your heading. Use the information on page 43 to help you answer page 44. Then you're going to read page 44 and 45 of your SS workbook. Then what you're going to do, you're going to complete activity 2 on page 45 in your workbook. Discuss question 1 with someone you live with. Please use a dictionary to help if there's any words you don't understand the meaning to. What you're going to do is go through this list and you're going to cross out the words that are not qualities of a good leader. For example, undecided. Then you can add any new words to the list that hasn't already been put down. For example, there's independent, and you can do this in your workbook. For this activity, I've provided you a quiz to find out the things that make you a good leader and the things that you need to improve to make you an even better leader. Fold your page in half. There's your heading. You're going to write number 1 to 10 on the left-hand side, 11 to 20 in the middle of your book. Here's an example of how you're going to answer your quiz. So for question number 1, it says, I'm independent. I get my work done by myself. I pick sometimes. Number 1 there I'm going to write sometimes. I'm logical. I consider my options before I think. I think before I act. I picked always. Number 2 I'm going to write always. For number 3, I'm optimistic. I have a positive attitude. Never. There for number 3 I wrote the word never. Complete the rest of the quiz, and then you're going to summarize your answers by drawing the following mind map into your book. Okay. So under what makes me a good leader, write the bolded word for where you answered always. So if I go look back, I wrote always for question number 2. The bolded word is logical. Here I wrote the word logical. Under the things that need improvement, write the bolded words for where you answered sometimes. Let's go have a look. I wrote sometimes for question number 1. The bolded word is independent. There I filled in independent. And under things that I need to spend time on to make me a better leader, write the bolded words for where you answered never. I wrote never for number 3. The bolded word is optimistic. And there you can see I wrote the word optimistic. Do that for the rest of your questions, and then go back and have a look at this mind map and study the things that you can improve on to make yourself a better leader. And remember, it's never too late to learn how to become a leader. For your homework activity, I would like you to write a letter to a leader you look up to. Tell them which qualities they have that you admire, like, or respect, and why you feel these qualities have made them a great leader. It does not need to be someone famous. Maybe it could be a family member or someone at school. Maybe it could be Nelson Mandela. Here's an example of a letter that you could write to a leader. Then I want you to complete the following plenary activity by just answering these 4 questions with the smiley faces to see how much you've learned today. I can't wait to see you grade 4s, and I hope we get to see you soon.